But I think the thing we kind of mentioned in passing there was the injury to Fox, which is a bone bruise to his right knee. He suffered it early in the second quarter of the Charlotte game, trying to take a charge, and had I think the opponent's leg or other knee collide into his knee. It was very similar to what happened to Domas in Phoenix at the end of last year, the last game he played in the fourth quarter. And so they diagnosed it with a bone bruise today. They said that they're optimistic. It was reported that they're optimistic. But, there are caveats to a bone bruise, right, Tony?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to keep going.
No. I was just...
Well, like John said, Sabonis injured his knee with the bone bruise at the end of last season, which basically ended his season. The Kings were going to probably keep him out regardless, just to, they weren't going to go to the play-in or anything. But the original diagnosis was that they were going to reevaluate the Sabonis in 10 days. And, Sean Cunningham tweeted the other day that, keep an eye out. Fox could miss some time. It could be similar to that Sabonis injury. He could miss, I guess, maybe 10 days, a week and a half, or be reevaluated in that time and hope that he's better. But I don't know. We'll see. It would suck to lose Fox this early. Even, any stretch of time without Fox sucks. But I don't know, especially starting off 2-4. Yeah, we won without him on Monday night, but I don't know. It's a little different if the Kings are up 4-2, I guess. Okay, if we miss Fox, at least we started off well. But it just seems like this team's still trying to get in the swing of things. So we'll see what happens. But losing Fox this early on while they're still trying to find their groove, while they're just trying to win games, not a couple, but, there's a winnable game tonight against the Heat. Even without Fox, Miami played Golden State last night. So back-to-back games against a good team, of course, with Golden State. And then we play Orlando on Saturday, sorry. Play Orlando on Saturday, which, again, kind of like the Hornets, should be a winnable game, but it may be a lot more winnable if Fox was there. So we'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't sound like it's the worst, I guess, bone bruise ever. It just seems like it's mild from the reports I've seen so far, but a bone bruise is a bone bruise, and it's kind of, I don't know. I'm not a doctor or anything, but the reports I've read, he potentially could miss some time, more than just a game.
Yeah, I think I did a Google search earlier and looked up the recovery time of a bone bruise. And of course, it doesn't match up. I don't know if they were specifying it for professional athletes, but they are saying it's 1, sometimes 2 months. Now, obviously, I don't know that he's going to be out that long, but it said something about early recovery times being more around a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And I don't know. I think it would just be speculation at this point to guess how long he'll be out. But I think the important thing is not to rush him back. You don't want a lingering injury. That would be worse. And I think that Fox is your best player. You don't want to miss him. He's your top scorer. But it would be far, I don't know. Just to make my point here, it would be far more damaging to the team if they lost Sabonis. Filling in for Sabonis is much harder given the makeup of this team as opposed to replacing Fox. Now, that does not mean that Fox is replaceable or that, we should be happy that Fox is hurt. I'm not saying anything like that, but I think that this team is decently equipped to kind of, fill in. And I think that obviously you're looking at the back end there probably because you can get ball handling duties out of Malik Monk, who's been really good at that. Kevin Huerter in the 2-man game with Domas has been awesome. You obviously have Davion Mitchell. If Terrence Davis is getting his minutes, he can do a little bit of ball handling as well. You can mix it up with or without Dellavedova on the floor, but it still kind of comes down to that back end with him. How much he great first showing against Charlotte. He hit the 3 that gave him the first lead. He was doing what he does on the bench, which is talking to everybody, leadership, all that stuff. He made a great pass to Keegan Murray, I think, in the fourth quarter. He was great. He was awesome. Do you get that every night from Delhi? I mean, I think you get the grit and the leadership every night. But it'd be interesting to see if he has to play for a long period of time, if he can sustain that level of play. Are the 3-point balls going to drop? I mean, it's not necessarily as important. They have a lot of 3-point shooting that they can surround on the floor. But I guess that's what it comes down to. But I get the point is at the end of the day that, you don't want to rush Fox back. You don't really necessarily have to feel pressured to rush Fox back either. I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. You definitely don't want to rush Fox back. The last thing you want, like you said, is a lingering injury. But I think something interesting that you said from what you just said is that you went between Fox and Sabonis. You would rather, I guess, Fox get hurt. I mean, you wouldn't rather any of them get hurt, but
gun to your head.
Yeah,
someone's got to get hurt. Someone is going to get hurt.
But if you asked me that question at the beginning of the season, I don't know. I probably would have said like you'd be okay with Sabonis getting hurt with Holmes and Lynn as your backups. But like Holmes has played terrible so far. He just looks like he's just lost out there. Lynn, he kind of looked not too good on Monday against the Hornets. I don't know. He's still like a serviceable big man, but I don't know. They seem a little disappointed to Davion and Matthew Dellavedova. And something that's not too bad about, not too bad about Fox getting injured. I don't like saying that. But is that Davion Mitchell in his career starts, he actually plays pretty well. And you kind of saw it on Monday night when Fox went out and he was, I guess, like point guard one, if you will. And his best game of the season, career high in threes, career high in points. He really stepped up. And it seems like he likes being that guy, it seems. So here, I just pulled up the stats. But I think the stats are right here. So Davion has 19 career starts all last year. And he's averaging 18 points and I think 7.4 assists. I mean, if you're getting that out of Davion, if he's starting tonight against Miami, it's not De'Aaron Fox, but it's a pretty decent backup for a starter. And Davion started a lot at the end of last season when Fox went down and basically ended his season, but he looked really good. And it was encouraging, especially how, I guess, poorly Davion started the season offensively this year. It was really nice to see him get in his groove, especially hitting threes. That's going to be key into what Davion does. And then Dellavedova, like you said, he just a gritty guy. He looked like he came in first minutes of the season last night or Monday night.
I think so.
And he just looks like a veteran out there. And that's why I think they took him over Cook. And he's going to fit that third point guard role a lot better. He's going to be ready to come in. It's going to be rare when he has to, but Fox and Mitchell probably will miss time, as do most NBA players during an NBA season. So he just looked great. It was awesome seeing him hit his score his first points, hitting that three.
And the good thing about that three is that there was a moment where he kind of had an opportunity to hit a three, like on the possession or two beforehand. Dished it obviously to a better shooter. I don't know if they hit it or not. But on this time, it was almost the opposite effect, where the better shooter dished it to him and he was open and he did not hesitate. He put it up and he nailed it. It was just crazy.
Yeah, no, he has a funky looking shot. I remember his shot looking so funky before, but he splashed it and he nailed that shot.